Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English Daily Book Summary YouTube channel. In order to not stop learning, listen to an English book summary every day for free.
Tina Seelig, Creativity Rules. Get ideas out of your head and into the world. When you think about an innovative solution like the original Sony Walkman, the first iPhone, or even the foot pedal on a kitchen garbage can, do you wonder how some people consistently turn their sparks of creative genius into world-changing innovations? The gap between having great ideas and making them happen can feel impossibly wide. Yet some bridge that gap time and time again. If you think it's just about talent, think again. Creativity isn't some magical force that strikes like lightning, but a skill you can develop and practice. This blink lays out the path from ideas to real-world impact using a reliable creative process. You'll learn how to reshape problems to find unexpected solutions, build an environment that nurtures your creativity, and develop your confidence to bring your ideas to life. The invention cycle. Every creative journey follows a natural progression that can help you navigate from initial spark to real-world impact. Think of this progression as your creative GPS, a reliable system that guides you through 4 essential phases: imagination, creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Understanding these phases can help guide you in your creative process and point the way forward no matter where you are along the way. The journey begins in the imagination phase, where you open up your mind to new possibilities. It's the stage in the creative process where you let your mind wander and explore, connecting different ideas and experiences. A lot of people stop here, but imagination alone isn't enough. You can have the most amazing ideas ever thought, but without action, they're just ideas. From here, you need to move into the creativity phase, where you apply your imagination to address specific challenges or opportunities. This is where your ideas begin to take shape through active experimentation and development. This phase can be quick with simpler ideas or take years with more complex ones. But without experimentation in the creativity phase, imagination doesn't develop into something more. As your ideas become more concrete, you enter the innovation phase. Here, you transform promising concepts into practical solutions that solve real problems. Innovation requires you to test, refine, and adapt your ideas based on real-world feedback. You'll know you're in this phase when you're actively working to make your solution better, faster, or more effective than existing alternatives. Finally, the entrepreneurship phase is where you create value for others. This doesn't necessarily mean starting a business. It's about getting your innovation into the hands of people who can benefit from it. You might share your solution with your team at work, launch a community project, or yes, start a company. The key is moving from personal creation to public impact. Consider the development of reusable grocery bags as an everyday example of the invention cycle in action. Someone first had to imagine a world with less plastic waste, seen beyond the status quo of disposable bags. Moving into creativity, they began developing specific solutions, experimenting with different materials and designs that could be both durable and convenient. Innovation happened as they refined these designs through testing, creating bags that could fold into tiny pouches and withstand hundreds of uses. Finally, entrepreneurship brought these bags to market, convincing stores to stock them and shoppers to change their habits. To put this framework into action today, start by identifying which phase you're currently in with your creative projects. If you're stuck in imagination without moving forward, set a specific challenge to focus your creative energy. If you have lots of creative ideas but haven't innovated, choose one idea and start experimenting with practical applications. And if you've developed something innovative but haven't shared it, identify 3 potential ways to get it to the people who need it most. Reframing, the art of asking better questions. Getting better answers often comes down to asking better questions. Just like a camera lens can dramatically change what you see in a scene, reframing a problem can transform how you approach it. This skill of reframing, or looking at situations from different angles, is what separates good problem solvers from the great ones. It can be tempting to rush toward finding solutions before fully understanding the problem you're trying to solve. But the most innovative solutions often come from stepping back and examining the problem itself. By changing how you look at a situation, you open up entirely new possibilities for solving it. A powerful way to reframe problems is to expand their scope. Instead of focusing on the immediate issue, consider the broader context. Take the challenge of reducing traffic congestion in cities. A narrow frame might lead you to think about adding more lanes to roads. But by expanding the frame, you might explore why people need to commute in the first place, leading to solutions like remote work policies or redesigning neighborhoods to bring services closer to home. Another effective reframing technique is to challenge your assumptions. These are the invisible boundaries we place around problems without realizing it. When Netflix started, they challenged the assumption that people needed to visit physical stores to rent movies. By questioning this basic assumption, they created an entirely new way of delivering entertainment. The words you use to describe a problem also shape how you solve it. How can we reduce customer complaints gets far different answers than something like, how can we delight our customers? This simple shift moves you from a defensive mindset to one focused on creating positive experiences. The same problem, viewed through a different lens, leads to very different solutions. Take the development of wheeled luggage as an example. For decades, the luggage industry focused on making bags stronger and more durable. Someone eventually reframed the problem from, how do we make bags easier to carry, to how do we make bags easier to move? This subtle shift in perspective led to a solution that transformed travel, simply adding wheels to suitcases. To start reframing problems in your own work, begin with observation. Notice the language you use to describe challenges. Write down your initial assumptions and deliberately challenge them. When faced with a problem, try describing it in 5 different ways. Each new description might reveal a different angle of approach. If you're working on making a process more efficient, reframe it as making it more enjoyable, more sustainable, or more inclusive. Each frame will lead you down different paths of exploration. Creating the right environment. Your environment shapes your creativity in powerful ways, both inside and out. While natural talent and skills matter, the space you work in and the mindset you bring to it can dramatically influence your creative output. Understanding how to shape these elements puts you in control of your creative potential. The physical environment around you sends constant signals to your brain about what's possible. Creative spaces aren't just about having the right tools, they're about creating the right atmosphere. When Disney's animation team was struggling to produce innovative work, they moved from a standard office building to a warehouse space where artists could personalize their work areas. The result was an explosion of creativity that produced some of their most memorable films. The change in environment unleashed the creative potential that was there all along. The most powerful part of your creative environment exists in your mind. Your internal environment includes your knowledge, attitudes, and beliefs about creativity. Many people carry limiting beliefs like, I'm not the creative type, or I'm too old to learn new things. These mental barriers can be more restrictive than any physical limitations. The most innovative people maintain a growth mindset, believing that their creative abilities can be developed and expanded through effort. Your social environment plays a crucial role too. The people around you can either nurture or stifle your creativity. When Thomas Edison set up his innovation laboratory in Menlo Park, he deliberately created a space where inventors could collaborate and build on each other's ideas. This collaborative environment led to breakthroughs not just in electric light, but in sound recording, motion pictures, and numerous other fields. To optimize your own environment for creativity, Start with your physical space. Clear away clutter that doesn't serve your creative goals. Add elements that stimulate your imagination, be it artwork, plants, or the tools of your trade. Streamline your workflow by creating different zones for different types of work. One for focused creation, another for relaxed brainstorming. Next, work on your internal environment. Challenge negative beliefs about your creative abilities. Keep a creativity journal to track your ideas and successes, building evidence of your creative capability. Make time for learning new skills and exploring new experiences that can fuel your creative thinking. Finally, cultivate your social environment. Seek out people who energize and inspire you. Join or create a group where you can share ideas and get constructive feedback. Remember that creativity thrives on diverse perspectives and experiences, so build connections with people from different backgrounds and fields than your own. Building creative confidence. Like creativity itself, creative confidence is something you build over time through consistent action and reflection. Many highly successful creators struggle with self-doubt or feelings of inadequacy. The difference is they've learned to act despite these feelings, taking small steps that gradually build their confidence. Think of creative confidence like building physical strength. You wouldn't get up off the couch and try to run a marathon. Instead, you'd start with manageable challenges and gradually increase your stamina and speed. The same principle applies to creativity. Starting with small, achievable projects allows you to build a track record of success that fuels bigger creative endeavors. Pixar Animation Studios did this when first exploring computer animation. Instead of immediately trying to create a full-length film, the team started with a simple 30-second animation of a desk lamp. This project, which became the iconic Luxo Jr. short, built their confidence and technical skills while proving that computer animation could convey emotion. Each subsequent project grew more ambitious, eventually leading to the first full-length computer animated feature. To build your own creative confidence, start by choosing a small project you can complete in a day or less. This might be writing a short story, sketching a simple object, or solving a minor problem at work. Complete the project regardless of how imperfect it seems. Then, do another one. Focus on quantity over quality at first. This takes the pressure off each individual attempt and helps you develop your creative muscles. Be sure to share your work with supportive people who can provide constructive feedback. Even if it doesn't feel great at the moment, negative feedback contains valuable information that can improve your next attempt. Keep a record of your progress, noting what you learn from each project. Over time, you'll build a personal history of creative success that you can draw upon when facing bigger challenges. Most importantly, remember that everyone starts as a beginner. The most successful creators aren't the ones who never feel doubt, they're the ones who keep creating anyway. Your creative confidence grows one small win at a time. Making creativity count. Having great ideas and creative confidence is just the beginning. The real magic happens when you transform those ideas into something that creates value for others. Moving from imagination to implementation requires a different set of skills, one that turns creative potential into real-world impact. The most brilliant ideas often fail not because they're bad ideas, but because they never make it out of the creator's mind. Take the story of the graphical user interface, or GUI, that all our devices use today. Xerox PARC developed this revolutionary way of interacting with computers, but it was Steve Jobs and Apple who turned it into something that changed the way billions of people use technology. The difference wasn't in the idea itself, but in the execution and delivery to the world. Implementation starts with making your ideas tangible. This means creating prototypes, writing drafts, or building models that others can experience. When Howard Schultz was developing Starbucks, he didn't just imagine a new kind of coffee shop. He created a detailed prototype store that showed exactly how the experience would work. This tangible example helped others understand and support his vision. When you're moving from idea to impact, you'll need to make use of feedback. Your first version won't be perfect, and that's exactly as it should be. When Wikipedia first launched, it was far from the comprehensive resource it is today. But by putting their idea into the world and continuously improving based on user feedback, the founding team created something far more valuable than they could have by trying to perfect it in isolation. Building support networks is also essential for creating impact. No significant creative project succeeds through solo effort. So find mentors who can guide you, collaborators who can strengthen your work, and early adopters who can champion your ideas. These relationships often make the difference between ideas that fade and those that flourish. To move your own creative projects forward, start by choosing one idea you believe in strongly. Create the simplest possible version that still captures its essence. Share this version with a small group of trusted people who can give honest feedback. Pay attention to what excites them and what confuses them. This information is gold for your next iteration. Make sure you set clear, achievable milestones for your project's development. Break down the path to implementation into small steps you can tackle one at a time. Celebrate progress, learn from setbacks, and keep moving forward. Remember that impact often comes from persistent iteration rather than dramatic breakthroughs. Your creative work gains meaning when it touches other people's lives. Start sharing your creativity today, even if it feels imperfect. The world needs your ideas, but only if you take the crucial step of bringing them to life. The main takeaway of this link to Creativity Rules by Tina Seelig is that creativity isn't a mysterious gift. It's a systematic process you can master through practice, trial, and error. By understanding the invention cycle, from imagination through experimentation, innovation, and entrepreneurship, you can navigate from ideas to real-world impact with confidence. Success comes from reframing problems to find unexpected solutions, shaping your environment to support creative work, and building confidence over time through small wins. Most importantly, creativity only creates value when you take action to bring your ideas to life. Remember that every innovative solution, from wheeled luggage to smartphones, started with someone who learned to transform their creative potential into real-world impact. Okay, and that is it for this Blink. We really hope you enjoyed it, and if you can, please take the time to leave us a rating because we definitely appreciate your feedback. All right, I'll see you in the next Blink. Bye.